So normally I try to get videos all done in one go, or more accurately recording. I do not like making two-parter videos. But for recording footage from my summer car, I just ran out of storage, so we're doing this now. Part 2 will probably come out after the Chapter 4 Poppy Playtime video, so keep that in mind. Assuming Mob Games does not pull a Mob Games classic, you literally have two games that haven't been delayed. One of which came out on Roblox, and the other of which didn't even have any prior hype. Point is, I'll play Chapter 4 when that comes out, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be playing some My Summer Car. So, let's begin. It all started when I decided to click on a video by Martin Pants, who is a very cool YouTuber, you should definitely go check him out, about playing a game called My Summer Car, or in other words, Suffering. My Summer Car is about building a summer car. I feel like that's fairly obvious from the title. But I'm gonna warn you right now, this game is brutally hard. Unless you're someone who has built cars in real life, you're not gonna find this easy, okay? Because of this game, I do extensive research on how cars work for fun. But deranged ramblings aside, let's get on to the actual plot of the game. My Summer Car takes place in Helsinki, Finland, aka the home of race cars, beers, and polar bears. And basically, here's the entire lore of the game. 1. We were born in the back of Satsuma, aka this little crap box outside our house. 2. Our parents went on a vacation and aren't coming back anytime soon. There are also plenty of other people around this stupid little lake. Said people are our uncle, Penna, and grandma, alongside Fleetari and Timu. Those guys will be important later, but let's move on. On my first attempt of playing this stupid game, I accidentally turned the game on mortal mode, big mistake, and then promptly ran outside into the abyss and died. Yay. Over the course of my next attempts, I actually started using some actual gameplay strategies. Now, you can't just build a car from scratch as soon as you exit the gates, no. You need a battery for first things first, some motor oil, whatever the hell this little thing is, I don't actually know what this does, some gasoline, and 4 tires. All the stuff I just mentioned aside from the tires can be located at Timu's and bought, and the tires are located at the old mansion.
Emotional damage!
So on my next few attempts that I did of this stupid game, here's what I did. I would take the tractor into town and get the tires and all the items I needed from Timu's. I also made sure to buy plenty of food, so that way while building my car, I won't die of hunger because I forgot to pay my electricity bill, or more accurately, I bought a lot of chips. If you don't know, this game tries to be very realistic, so items that can spoil in real life can spoil in this game. Because of this, one of the best food items is, of course, chips, because chips do not expire. Now, it took several attempts of this agonizing journey to come back, fix the car, realize I forgot something, and then die. It was very painful doing this so many times in a row. One attempt I got so close to finishing the car, but then I realized I was missing one little thing. I was missing the fuel mixture gauge. So you see, to buy plenty of items that you can use to upgrade your car, you're gonna need to use the catalog. What you can do is go through the catalog, select the items that you want, and then click yes, or whatever this button actually says, and it'll create a little envelope. You can then drive over to Timu's, put the envelope in this box right here, and then in a few days tops, Timu will then have the items for you. The fuel mixture gauge is one of these items that I need to collect. If you don't know, you also need to tune the car. Yes, this game is very realistic with how it works. I can't tell what's more painful, playing this game or the developers developing this game. Like, how would you create this? And what ended, It took plenty of trips, but at one point, I finally did it. Now, I'm very proud of this one time that I did it, because I used absolutely no guide for this one. Hell yeah. I had built the car so many times, to the point where I mastered this by memory. But maybe we should go into how a car actually works. Starting off, I need some money very fast, or else it was gonna be lights out for me, literally. So what jobs do I have access to? Well, I guess we'll just have to drive into Well, that's not good. So, you see, one of my tires popped, so that is really, really bad. What I'm gonna have to do is probably get the car into town, but the tractor is out of diesel. So what the hell do I... Yo, uncle, what's up? This is our uncle, and he will sometimes, when the blue van is out, will lend it to us. Hell yeah. Using the blue van, I towed Satsuma into Fleetari's repair shop, told him to change out the tires, and then left. But I was still gonna need to make some money somehow. This is also the point where I should announce I have 2 mods that I currently have installed. First one is Ultra Hand, so that way I don't have to finagle a vehicle if it ever goes upside down. And also the Maxwell mod, because, as I said, I got into my summer car because I watched Martin Cito Pants' video, and, like, come on, it's Maxwell. So, the best way to make money is very simple. It's called crime. I made my way over to Temu's with Ratchet set in hand, and I know exactly what I'm about to do. Oh yeah, I should probably explain the purpose of the Ratchet set. So, to install the parts of the car and make sure they don't fall out, you actually need to screw them in, and you betcha that every part has a different size to them. Can you see why this game takes so long to play? But the Ratchet set also has one other use, and that is robbery. Temu has a broken poker machine in his pub, but he lost the keys to it a long time ago. So, here's the game plan. Attach the poker machine to my van and skedaddle on out. That sounds simple enough. After a little bit of finagling, I promptly attached the poker machine and then hit the road. I then opened it up and got a good chunk of money. We are talking 9,000 marks. That is incredible. I then walked over to Temu and then promptly paid him back the money that it would cost to repair the window. Temu is quite literally the only person who won't insult you to high hell, so you know damn well I'm paying for that window. I took the van back and then also found Satsuma in the garage. And then I towed him all the way back home into my home garage. Things are looking good. My next venture for money was illegally brewing sugar wine. Why am I like this? So to illegally brew sugar wine, here's what you'll need. You're gonna need to boat out to the island, first things first. Afterwards, grab the empty bucket and bring it home. You'll then need to go over to Temu's and buy 6 packs of sugar, all of the juice containers, and 1 pack of yeast. By putting the sugar, yeast, and some water inside the bucket, and waiting 2 hours in real life time, you will have created sugar wine. After that, you're going to need to promptly chug all of the juice containers until you get empty plastic cans, dunk them in the sugar wine, and voila, you got Kill You. You can then sell it to the drunken alcoholic man with the briefcase money, and yeah, that's literally the most consistent way to make money. I then brewed up some Kill You and went over to go give him the money. He'll also, to make sure he's not getting scammed, will make you try a few drinks of it. So, to say coming home was a bit risky would be an understatement. The next job I had in mind was firewood. At some point, I popped into town to get some fuses and a few other things, and also refueled the diesel can, so that way I could actually get Kermit up and running. I then proceeded to chop absurd amounts of firewood, which I'm actually skilled at. When I first moved into this house that I'm currently in right now, one of the things my dad loved to do was make me, my younger sister, and my older brother was to do wood. AKA move absurd amounts of wood from one place to another. You think I'm joking, right? No. I chopped up some firewood, gave the firewood to this man right here, and then continued on with my day. It was Sunday and Saturday, so I promptly spent those days just mopping about and watching TV. I also accidentally punched the firewood guy, so yippee-ki-yippee hooray, I'm in prison. Okay, time's up. And by time's up, I mean I used my summer car editor to just end my sentence right then and there. Fun times, am I right? I then start to brew some more sugar wine and then got back onto business to make some more money. So you see, the plastic bottles that I'd used have actually been dropped off at the landfill, which is right here on the map. The plan is to take Satsuma, drive over there, get the plastic bottles, dip them in the Killju, and then sell it to the drunken man. Oh boy, things are looking up. Well, that wasn't good. So, you see, I had completely screwed up my car, and all of my plans to make money had completely backfired in my face. Well, crap. I then used an age-old tactic called killing myself to get back into town. So, you see, you always respawn in town, right at this graveyard site, so I can actually use that to my advantage. I went into town, bought what I thought I needed, and then drove back over using the moped over to Satsuma. Things were still not looking up because nothing is working after I insert what I thought would work. Using the tractor, I then drove over, picked up Satsuma, and then drove over to Fleetari's repair shop. And here's what I found wrong with the car. First off, one of the pistons was just flat out missing and the other one was about to break. I found out that my starter, my head gasket, and 2 of my pistons were completely screwed over. For the next few days, it was a process of driving over to Fleetari's, fixing up Satsuma, and then driving home, driving over to Fleetari's, fixing up Satsuma, and then driving home. This was truly painful. At some point, I went out and got a new battery because I thought that was what's wrong with Satsuma, drove back over to Fleetari's, and took Satsuma home. I checked my old battery, realized it was flat. Something else was still wrong with Satsuma, and I don't know what it is. But I still needed money, so I did the only thing I knew how to do and made sugar wine. The sugar wine that I had and was about to sell to the man was still ready, so, I was just gonna have to drive over to the junkyard using the van, and then, yeah, that was about it. Also, speaking of the van, my uncle lost his driver's license, meaning I could permanently keep the van and the sewage truck. This is important because now that I have the sewage truck, I can now take out all of the sewage and get paid for it. But that will be more important later, okay? Point is, I have the van. I took the van over to the landfill with all the stuff I had in the back, and then got to work. I can finally brew some Killju and give it to the drunken— aw, crap. Things are not looking up right now. I then drove all the way back home, and that's where we are today. And as I said, I would record more footage to make this a longer video, but as I said, I have absolutely no more room for footage, so,